Hi, everyone. How are you today? I am Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. And today I will be channeling a Pleiadian being. Oh, is it working? Oh, look, it's working. I'll be channeling a Pleiadian being who came to me, one of my Starseed guides, and her name is AnaOmbre. Hi, Connie. So let's see. I'll make a little, I don't know what's wrong. Usually these things are like my brand colors, but I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm Rachel Chamness at Soundwaves Heal. And I'm going to be trance-channeling, trance-channeling AnaOmbre. Here we go. That's what we're doing today. So hi, welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at Soundwaves Heal. I am a shamanic channel and mentor. I help lightworkers work in higher dimensional realms with both healing and trance channeling higher beings of light. So that is what I do. I teach many levels of trance channeling and all kinds of other things, higher dimensional channeling and light language, psychic Reiki healing, all of those things. And I love to help. And I do have my program coming up, my big program where you can learn everything and put it into practice and work on your self-belief fully. And that starts on the 22nd of February. So if you're interested in working with me, please reach out. All right, so today there we go. Now I see everyone over here. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Jessica. And of course, I see Connie, Shauna, Joelle. Hello. Okay, so today I wanted to trance channel AnaOmbre. She came to me and said that she was a helpful starseed helper. So who's your starseed helpers? As you know, hopefully you know, I also teach a really low cost class once a month to help you learn to channel either in the very beginning stages or a safe place to practice. And if you're in my group, 5D Daily, you get a 40% off coupon, which brings it down to $33. So it's very affordable. We do a meditation to meet someone in your spirit team, and then we do one-to-one trance channeling. Sorry, not trance channeling, regular channeling, just beginners channeling or regular relay channeling, bringing a message or just receiving the message in meditation just to show you what we're all capable of. And I help everybody one-to-one. It's a really great class. This month, February, it's the third Sunday of the month. In February, we're working on finding a deity in your guide, in your spirit team, finding a deity in your spirit team. So a goddess or god, something like that. And of course you have one, but if you don't, when we do the activation, you will, because I'll also activate you. But last month or January, which today is one of the last days of January, but we connected with Starseed. And when I did, I met AnaOmbre. So AnaOmbre is from the Pleiades, and she said she would like me to channel her more often. So I'm going to bring forth a channel. If you have a question, then you can pop it in, wherever you're at, and I'll see if there's time to ask her questions. Okay? All right, so let me just take a little water. And I'll bring her in for trance channeling. I am eager to be here. Yes, I have much to say, and I'm very happy to be speaking with you today. I am incarnate in a lighter body in the 6th and 7th dimension in the Pleiades at this time. I send my consciousness through time and space to Rachel to speak to you so that she can trance-channel me, bringing my words forward straight from me to you. She is the vessel. I wish to speak to you about your ascension path and how you are feeling at this time. There is a lot of solar activity on your planet, which is causing a lot of havoc and is releasing a lot of pain from your body. You may notice that you are dealing with pain at this time, emotional or physical. It is being brought up from you, even from ages past. A re-reckoning of old stories and problems can be possible for you at this time. Please know that this is normal. Even if you feel that you have conquered this old pain, it is still sometimes in your body, and there is more than one reason. First, if you have not completely released it from the body, that is separate from releasing it from your thoughts and your brain. And it could be there under a deep layer, and this is the tail end of it releasing from your body. And two, you are actually integrating a lot of other timelines at this time. Many of you are actively doing timeline jumping. Others are not realizing they are jumping timelines. This is a very good time for understanding the process of coming to your highest timeline and working on getting there. How do you get there? Obviously, the same answer is the same answer to the question, how do I get to ascension? It is that you work on yourself to be the best that you can be, releasing as much shadow work and blocks that you come across. Anything that you recognize as a block or a problem can be released very quickly. You do not need to sit on this block or problem for a long time, because the more that you are identifying with the block or problem, the more it becomes more a part of you, when instead it is only shown to you so that you may do your work to release it. If you cannot release it yourself, then of course there are many who can help you with this. There are so many. There are 144,000 who can help you with this. And the question, are you one of the 144,000? Yes, you are. If you choose to be a light worker, if you choose to walk this path in full light and full faith and help others, then yes, you are. And you will need to fully come into it, to be fully transparent. There is no hiding. If you wish to be considered part of this 144,000. However, if that is not your path, it doesn't mean that you're not a light worker, bringing light to the world in small ways wherever you can, just by living your light living your life in the light. Now, with ascension speeding up and all of this pain coming forward, how to release it. There are so many ways, not just your shadow work, but you may also do cleanses of the spirit, cleanses of the body, diet and exercise in the way of just being healthier, not a temporary fix. We also recommend, of course, that you treat your body like a temple, drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, rest, meditate, eat healthy, meaning foods that your ancestors ate, depending on your ancestors, whatever that is, but nothing processed or fake or foods that are so prevalent in your world, especially in the America. We ask you to focus on yourself and on others. For this ascension path, what is important is that you do focus on helping yourself, but not 24 hours a day. Recognize what needs to be released, do what work you can, and then release it and go on and help others as you can. If you are feeling like you don't have the audience or the people to help as much as you wish for, then open yourself to help others in any way that you can. Ask your guides and angels to help you find people to help. And you may also help through the ethers. And here is one example. If you are a Reiki practitioner, you can do a Reiki session and send it into the world for someone to claim it by using your symbols in level 2. This is one way you can help those you don't even know. And you will find this is a very interesting exercise. You can use other healings as well and send it out there to be claimed. Do a full session on unknown person and send it out. It will be interesting how you receive information about someone that you have no idea about. As the other timelines are coming to this one, and you are integrating with other versions of you, this is why you might be repeating some pain from old trauma, is that it was in the other body, and that body has now come to you, and now you must purge it again. This might be happening to you over the many years, and you might be wondering why it's back, and this is why. As far as ascension, will there be one great big solar flash, one great big happening? That is not exactly it, is it? You may see flashes, you may have one, some may have a flash, but it is not one flash that changes the world. It is many consistent flashes and the changing of yourself that puts you on the timeline that brings you to ascension. If you are seeking that timeline, you are already on the path, and you must not worry. To keep from being pulled down to the 3D timeline, which of course you do not wish to be there, the most important thing is not to get too involved in what is happening in the 3D world. Not to get too emotionally involved in politics, in news-related stories, in things that bring you to exclaim what a terrible world it is. It is important not to get too deep into fourth dimensional constructs of fear and spirits and negative entities. It is true that you must recognize when you might need to be cleared from one, but a constant looking at, talking about, involving yourself emotionally in these ideas does bring you to a stuck place in the fourth dimension. And so always do what you must, but spend most of your time in joy, in manifestation of good things, in happiness. If you cannot find happiness, then you must do more shadow work. If the shadow work is not working, then you must reach out and get help. You are supposed to be living in this life in a state of finding joy. And if you cannot, then you must find a way to do that. That is very important. That is the most important thing. For you cannot help others if you are not in a place where you can find simple presence and joy in your everyday life. Okay, this is Rachel. There's time for questions, and she is willing to answer some if you want to ask questions. I'm glad you guys like my setup. Her name's AnaOmbre. She is alive in the Pleiades at this time. As she said, she's sending her consciousness through me. I'm trance-channeling, which means that she's just speaking through me and I'm just hanging out, kind of listening. Not that I'll remember it. I'll have to watch it again to remember it. So does anyone have questions for AnaOmbre? I mean, she seemed to know what she wanted to say. I feel like, we've said these things before, but I'm glad for her to say it again. Okay, so let me see. What can I ask her if you guys don't have other questions? She's definitely going to bring a healing. So that will be coming up too. And of course, this is not a long live. Okay, so Glow has a question. How do we not get involved in politics if we are supposed to be in this lifetime to help others? I could answer that, but I'll let her answer it. So let's see. If you are not a politician, then getting involved in politics will not help the people you are here to help. If you wish to become a politician, then yes, politics can help you get there. However, remember that the stage of politics is highly staged, and that the idea of a two-party system is only an idea. And in fact, your politics are full of all the same beings, most of whom do not wish the best for you. Therefore, to pick a side is exactly what the fourth dimension wishes for you, to pick a side and to be right, to be better, to be the one who knows the truth. These are all traps of the mind of the fourth dimension and will keep you stuck in the fourth dimension. Politics are politics. It is a great stage of much misinformation and much shade. It is obscured from you, the truth, always. And both sides are the same in the end, in the truth. And this is in every country. You must know, even if you have more than two parties, that it is not the truth that is shown to you. There is so much subterfuge. And so when you watch any side, when you watch the news, it is made to trigger you. However, you are not in a position to change it. And you are not in any position to change it. For even democratic voting is not any power at all. Until this is realized, you will be stuck in these fourth dimensional concepts. For the fourth dimension divides you. Come above it and know that we are all one and that you do not need politics as much as you feel you do. For yes, you'll say it runs your country, it runs your life. However, when you can come above these in your own spiritual work, you will find it does not affect you. And it is hard to watch and see these visuals, which are so terrible in your world, and yet it is made to bring you to a state of overwhelm and depression. And so we are also here to tell you that you are programmed to believe that if you don't care and try to change everything that is happening, that you are heartless. That is also a program. You must realize that politics and this stage is happening, whether you get upset about it or not. And you can only do what you can do. So if you are here to help people with their emotions, with their spirituality, with their life, with their consciousness, with their meditation, with their Akashic records, with their trance-channeling, with their healing, then none of that has anything to do with politics. And you may do so without getting deeply stuck in this stage, which is pulling you in and is a big part of the learning here on Earth. Whew, I hope that helps. That was a good answer. And then, okay, so Jessica asks, how do you get rid of fear with helping people? Probably need to be a little more specific, like what is scary about helping people? How do you get rid of, do you mean the fear of other people or your own fear of helping others? Is it the fear of being wrong? Is it the fear of what could happen to you? Could you be a little more specific, Jessica? And I'll ask the question. Does anyone else have a question? Oh, Jessica says she's not sure. I would say, if you have a fear of helping other people, then you should look deep and see what is the actual fear, or maybe have a session with someone to help you. Is it any of those that I mentioned? Fear of other people. Okay, so fear of people. If you have a fear of other people, then what keeps you separate? Because you are a people. Is someone helping you? Who's helping you? And I think it would be, that's a more personal, that would be definitely like what I would consider a block, or like there must be some deeper fear in there to come out and work with. Social anxiety is what Connie says. That makes sense. Okay, so, but you don't even have to be that social to help people. You can come online, work distance with Reiki if you wish, work one-on-one if that helps. But let me ask her what she can help you with, Jessica. Let's see. And this is the Jessica B. Okay, I see another Jessica question. Another Jessica. It is important to really examine what is stopping you from doing your work. What is the fear? Now you have identified the block. Now you must work on the block to get down further to where it comes from. Is it a past life? Is it a trauma in this life? Is it an emotion that's dysregulated? It is now identified, and you may try many techniques to work through it, to release it, to use healing on it, to accept it, to understand it, and to force yourself to get past it, or to get help to do so. Social anxiety is a huge part of new generations now because of the way that the world is working with technology. And it is important for those who are affected by this to learn how to put yourself in situations that may be only slightly uncomfortable, not highly uncomfortable, and build yourself some understanding of being with other people. And this might take a counselor or spiritual counselor to help you with this. And we ask that you do, because you are here. You are here to make a difference. Every one of you is here to make a difference. As a starseed, as a light worker, as part of the 144,000 who help everyone. And to really step into that, perhaps you need an outside view of your thoughts and your trauma to help you step forward in the path that you should be on. And we ask that you don't tarry in this, that you begin now to improve your life. This is a huge hurdle, and so this is the one to work on. Everyone here has a hurdle or a block or trauma that they are dealing with at this time. Otherwise, then you would be done with your earth life and you are all still here. So, are you actively working on it? There are many ways to work on it quickly and simply. She's like, you can tell them that. She goes, so you guys know I do have a shadow work blog post, and it is very helpful. Let me see if I can get a link up here. It is at soundwavesheal.com/shadow-work, and it talks about how you can do quick shadow work so that you can just keep going with your day and go back to joy, but still deal with it. Like, not ignore it. And one of the main things is acceptance, accepting that, accepting I feel this way and that's okay. I feel anxious to go out in society and that's okay. Or I feel anxious about helping others and that's okay. I notice that when I do this, like I feel bad. Sometimes I'm like, I just feel bad. Like I can't stop thinking about how I messed up, I feel bad and that's okay. And then suddenly I feel like, of course it's okay. Like I'm just human. I'm just doing my best here, and then I think sometimes that solutions come up or like understanding for myself. It's amazing when I do that, what happens. So definitely recommend that kind of thing. So Jessica P says, what's the best spiritual protection we can practice at this time? Okay, let's ask her. The best protection that you can truly immerse yourself in at any level is love. Turning to love instead of fear. Again, this can be difficult with fear blocks. And so you may need work on it or help on it, but to find a way to turn to love, to fill your heart with love, to think of something that you love or a time where you felt loved, or bringing some way to bring the emotion of love to you and to fill it in the room, to find a way to love everyone and everything, but especially yourself. When you love yourself completely, then there is no other that you cannot find a way to love. For they say what triggers you about others is what is reflected within you or your own trauma. And so love is very important. However, of course, we recommend knowing your guides and helpers, asking for help from your angels, your spirit guides, bringing forth their messages by learning how to talk with them, arming yourself with a modality that protects you, such as Reiki or other, and empowering yourself in a way where you can receive more discernment, where you can receive more healing, even from yourself. This is so important. If you only rely on others to bring you healing, to bring you messages, you are deeply disempowered. It is time to empower yourself by taking this path, even if you're not going to be using it for anything but your own life, your own relationships, your own steps in your own path and future. This is part of the fifth dimension, understanding these gifts of channeling, of mediumship, of healing. So if you wish to come to the fifth dimension, it is time to start now to understand what these gifts are, to open them back up, as they have been completely gaslighted out of your entire population. And that, of course, is another fourth dimensional construct. You are here to remember your past lives, to remember to connect with your starseed helpers and your spirit team and your guides and your angels and your helpers. And yes, the Fae as well. All are here for you. You are not alone. It is another fourth dimensional construct to make you feel separate, alone. And there are a huge percent of humans who believe they have no friends and no one. And yet you are never alone. And if you ask, you will open yourself to find a community and to find others. And we wish to help all of your starseed guides, not just us and the Pleiades, although there are so many of us who are your guides, who are here to help, whether we are incarnate or not. And many of you are from here and from other star systems as well. And you have incarnated to help the world. And yet you brought with you a specific set of traumas or other things to experience and come through. It is why you came here, to experience these densities, to see what they're truly like and to work through them, to make you a better person, a better soul, to understand more the plight of those who are stuck in 3D and 4D, as is their path. All of you came here to work through this, and that's where you are. And we welcome your journey, and we want to help. And I speak for all the Starseed Guides, for all the Spirit Team helpers, for everyone when I say this, not just us. Whew. Me again. Well, I felt like that was good. I hope that answered your questions. And that was AnaOmbre. She is a new guide to me. She's in the Pleiades. Like I said, she's incarnate. So that means she's alive somewhere. She's not a spirit in spirit. She's not, that's a little bit different. So I hope that's helpful. I really like her. When I met her, she was just really insistent that I bring her forward more often. So this is the first time I have, and I'm excited to bring her forward more often too. Maybe we can find more of what her specialty is to help. I feel like right now it's about ascension. I've been feeling really called to bring forward some more updated ideas about ascension. Daniel has a question. Is there any difference in our healing or channeling ability depending on what star system we come from? Ooh, let's ask her that. Okay, one last question. Well, I'll ask her that. The only difference in your channeling ability is your level that you work towards in this lifetime. Anyone can raise their level of ability by working at it. It is a practice, a constant practice, and learning as well. You will be guided to learn more by your guides if you are needing to, either by download or by an actual class with someone else. Your guides will guide you in that direction. And if you wish to improve, there will always be a way. We always provide this for you. It does not matter where you come from. Every single person can do it, and you are allowed to open. It is your birthright in any way that you wish. And we ask you not to have fear, for you control it. You are in control. She was like, you can tell them. And then she left because I was like, that's right. You're in control. Have your spiritual boundaries. I was thinking that. So again, if you want to learn about spiritual boundaries, I also have something free for that. And that's my Spirit Guide Masterclass bundle. You can find that just on my website, soundwavesheal.com. Under courses, it's one of the last ones there. It'll say free Spirit Guide Masterclass. And it is a masterclass that talks about how to communicate with your spirit guides and what spiritual boundaries are, so that you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. And then it also talks about it also comes with, it also comes with lots of attunements and meditations. There's one attunement to unicorns and some archangels, and then the meditations have attunements in them too. So I hope that you guys will enjoy that. There's a lot in there, even, pretty downloads for your phone and things like that. So I have tons of things in there. And I also connect you to podcasts and my podcast, 5D channels and chats. I connect you to some blog posts that you could read that could also help you really hone in on how to talk with your spirit guides. Like AnaOmbre is saying, that's so important and everyone should do it. So I love it. If you want help with that, of course, that's what I do. I have a level 1 trance-channeling course, which teaches you your 7 spirit guides and your 7 main spirit guides, 6 or 7, depends, and how to bring them forward and how to deeply connect with them, how to trance-channel them, and how to channel in 6 ways. So we do that. And we work on self-belief. It's a big part of class. If you follow the if you follow the class and do your homework, then you will really be able to come into a lot of self-belief. Of course, there's always going to be some, you know, little thought like, is this right? Am I right? But however, the difference is just going ahead and giving the information and waiting for the universe to show you that you were right versus feeling like you can't give the information because there's no way that you're right. And there's lots of shades in between. And we work a lot on that. So Daniel says, Rachel's trance-channeling class is amazing. If you're sitting on the fence, I highly recommend you take it. You won't be sorry. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. Yes, and I'm also, of course, I have my big course, which starts February 22nd, 222. So if you're interested in learning all the things, trance-channeling in higher dimensions, shamanic trance journeying, we touch on that too. Lots of high-level trance-channeling. I love to teach you that, and lots of psychic healing as well, and light language and all the things. So that's in my big course. So thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Next week, I'm actually bringing Alpar on again, I think, for to just explain ascension. Like I said, I felt that we just needed some newer information on ascension, just a newer video. So if you have questions about ascension or 5D or anything like that, you know, or if you want to hear the same questions asked of Alpar, then please let me know. You can post them in 5D daily, or you can send them to me in a private message and I'll add them to the list. We'll ask next week. Okay, so I'll see you next week, same time. Bye. Thank you. See you later.